Remarkable stories of high water rescues coming out of Northwest Harris County, particularly in a neighborhood in Spring where the National Guard, local first responders are helping residents, even neighbors are rescuing neighbors.
It's amazing. We've been on this coverage for hours over the last couple of days, Andy, and it almost looks like we've seen rescue efforts ramping up rather than slowing down. Phil Archer has been right in the middle of it all in the Spring area. We understand, Phil, that you're on a boat now.
Getting ready to be. Hi, how are you doing? We're going into the Westador subdivision here. This is where we're in a sheriff department airboat. They've been going in and out all day. They think they brought out about 20 people so far. This is one of the subdivisions along Cypress Creek, and this has been going on for a couple of days now. Yesterday, actually, the water was higher. They brought a lot of folks out. Today, they estimate they brought out about 20, and that they're making runs now to go in and pick up pets that people left behind when they came out yesterday. We're headed to a house right now where some people have called and asked for rescue, and we're also bringing in these bags of groceries. These are for folks that are still in their houses and still trying to sit this out. Now, what people are telling me, people who live here are telling me, is that the water was higher yesterday. It's dropped a bit now. I think some folks are optimistic. The ones that are still still able to stay in their homes, that they're going to be able to stay there. But still, we have sort of continuous trips back and forth, water rescue, and to deliver these supplies. There's about 800 to 900 homes in this subdivision. Best estimate by the Civic Association is about a third of them have water in them right now. About 9 streets through here, through the old section of Westador, look just like this. So we're headed toward the back. We're going to be making some deliveries and picking some people up, and we'll be coming back to you as we do that. Well, not getting out yet. I'm not quite. Let me ask. How far down are we going? How far down do we have to go into the subdivision? How far into the subdivision are we going to get those folks?
Half mile.
Half a mile. Okay, so we're going to be on the water for a while. We got a half mile to go. Do what?
We're about to straight bottom.
Gotcha.
So just hold on so you can go on.
I got you. I'll be good. We'll be good. We're getting ready to hit a shallow spot, and they're worried that that I might go for a swim. So that's what we're talking about right now. It's the shallows are coming up.
Phil,
and there you go. There's some of the folks that are.
I'm glad you have your life preserver on there. I'm glad you have your life preserver on there. You mentioned 800 to 900 homes in that particular subdivision. We've heard reports, and this is when Brandon Walker was out there reporting, that some people are deciding to stay even though they have no water and no power.
Yeah, well, I think we're looking at some right now. These folks right here alongside the road as we go down there. And yeah, you know, and we've seen this happen before in other events. When you have areas evacuated, here we go, we're accelerating to get over the shallow spot. Hang on one sec.
All right, as Phil navigates those waters, we just want to let you know that we're staying with us right now as active rescues continue in the Spring area.
Engine kicking up.
This is taking place in the Westador subdivision in the Spring area. Some 800 to 900 homes in that neighborhood. About a third of them have taken on water.
That's right. So Phil Archer right now is with the Sheriff's Department. They are on an airboat. That's some of the noise that you're hearing right now in the wake as this boat travels down roads that look, frankly, nothing like roads anymore at this point. What they're doing is they're going door to door to see if people need to be rescued. However, as Brandon and Phil have reported, some people want to stay.
Stand by. So,
1119 is the.
Looks like Phil's about to get off that rescue boat and talk to some of the homeowners there.
Dropping off.
They're also dropping off these groceries. Phil, we're gonna stay with you now. We'll let you get on dry land.
Get your bearings straight. Yes.
But what you're seeing right now is Phil with the Sheriff's Department with a rescue boat dropping off groceries to the people who are staying in this neighborhood. He's going to get off the boat now. Phil, I don't know if you can hear me, but where are you headed?
We're walking down to a house down here. There was a call for assistance, and at this point, I'm not sure if we're just checking on these folks or if we're going down here to bring them out. So we're following the deputies as best we can. Let me let Byron catch up with us.
They're doing such a tremendous job out there, Phil, our first responders.
Come on, Byron says he's here. So, yeah, so you can see, well, you can see where this is high and dry down here, but you can't get in and out of this part of the subdivision.
No, and that street to the right of you looks like a lake.
Yeah, well, back behind us, back this way behind us, well, the way we just came, as you saw, it is a lake. Here we go. We're going. This is 1119, I believe we're going to.
Phil, do you have any idea how many of these people have power and water over here where you're at?
I do not. I haven't been able to find any of the sheriff's folks that could tell me for sure. It looks like these folks here are packing up to go. Hang on a minute. Let us get up to the door. Just bear with us a sec.
You were watching our senior reporter, Phil Archer, accompanying first responders to an emergency call in a flooded-out neighborhood in Spring.
Be careful what you say there. In case I get wet right now?
Yeah, these folks are going to be going out with us here in just a sec. They're getting their stuff together. And I don't think expected television cameras to show up.
Certainly one family who's had a change of heart, Phil. We were talking about families who've decided to stay behind even though they have no power, no water, and their house was taking on water. This is a family, their house is on dry ground, but they're essentially stranded, they're trapped, and they're ready to get out of there.
Well, we're going to try to talk to them when they come out here in just a sec. They're getting everything together to come out.
Give us a sense of the first responders that you're with, Phil, their mood. How is their mood? They must be exhausted, these guys.
Have you all been in here for the last 2 days? Yes. So you didn't come in and go back out?
Oh, no.
Have you got power or light? I've got lights.
No power. We lost power about 11 o'clock.
What made you decide to come out today?
We lost power about 11
Oh, I'm sorry,
o'clock.
you said that. Today you lost power.
No, we lost it last night.
Oh, okay.
And we can't get any confirmation that it's going to be fixed.
Right.
So we can't do anything. And we might as well leave. We're going to stay with friends.
Do you know how many of your neighbors have left as well?
Rather not say, because, you know,
well,
everybody coming in messing with their houses.
Yeah, and I know that's always a concern. Right. There's pretty good security. You'll see as we go out. I think they've pretty much got that locked in.
Probably half of them. Right. The other half are waiting to see if the power comes back.
You ever had flooding this bad before?
We have flooded. This house has gone underwater once, back in Allison.
Allison?
Yeah.
So you've been here for a while.
We've been here 25 years.
Was the Allison event as bad as this?
Worse. We went underwater.
Oh,
we actually got water up in the house. We got 3 feet.
Right.
So we've been pretty lucky so far. It got up all the way into the end of the cul-de-sac.
Right.
But it got up into the yard, but it didn't get into the house. So,
what is your name, sir?
My name is Greg Weger.
Mr. Weger. And you've been here, it sounds like, almost 20 years or good 20 years?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years.
How do you spell your name?
Mr. Weger, sorry to show up with a camera when you thought just the boat was coming.
Yes.
Are you ready to go?
I could stay here if I had electricity, but they're not going to turn the electricity on.
Yeah.
We've always stayed prepared, so we have plenty of food in the house if we had electricity. Right. So we're going to a friend's house, and we're going to wait it out there and hope we won't have water. If it's no worse than yesterday, we'll be fine. If it's worse than yesterday, we'll worry.
Okay, all right. And you all been through this twice before.
Yes, and I hate it.
We've been through this several times before, but this is the second. The first time it got up in the street in Allison, like I said, we went underwater.
But you wouldn't move.
Oh, yeah, in a
We
heartbeat.
Okay, all right.
We love this neighborhood, and the flood mitigation that they did had worked on every other rainstorm. So,
all right, you're listening live now to our reporter Phil Archer, who's in the Spring area. He is in the Westador subdivision to give you a better perspective of where this is. This is north of Cypress Creek Parkway, west of 45. We're now